What you cooking, Mom?
Cut. Fucking cut.
Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go purchase one. That's the problem.
This ain't for me. I was like,
the background is mom and dad was addicted to crack cocaine. Okay. Right?
Hi, how are ya? Welcome to another episode of the Doc Holliday Show, where we love to uplift black men, black woman, black teen, black child, black royalty, the magically melanated. You got your mic on over there, bro? I don't even want to look at your ass. The magically melanated. Was it on that time, Cash?
Yeah, it was
okay, now we are joined by another black royal, my brother, a magically melanated. Camera. Dude, there we go. Cassius McCall, good job.
I thought you were still on camera?
No. I'm on this one right here, man. Because the brothers.
Yeah,
anyway, my guy, Jason Perry. What's up, brother?
What's up, Q? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. No complaints at all.
Now, first of all, bro, I know everything, all the great, wonderful things you're doing for our young magically melanated royals, aka black kids. I don't like to say black, cause this we ain't black, but that's another conversation. But anyway, you're picking up where your dad left off. But first of all, bro, I know you.
Absolutely.
I mean, tell the viewing world about you, bro. Where you from? You know what I'm saying? A little bit of your background, dog.
Absolutely, man. Jason Perry, born and raised right here in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from the Haven. Graduated from Whitehaven High School.
Oh, shit. Get his ass out
Nah,
of here.
Class of 98, you know what I'm saying? Football player. Man, been in sports all my life, man, and just everything about my life, even as a young man, has been about helping others. Like everything. I grew up in a single-parent household with my mom. My dad, moved on, and, me and him developed a relationship later on in my life, and through that relationship, I learned a lot about dealing with the youth and how to deal with them, and so now, man, I'm just trying to continue his legacy and keep it moving.
And talking about that, man, because a lot of us, not only from Memphis, but inner cities all across the country, man, we get into sports because sports teaches a lot. But not only that, one of the main reasons we get into sports because they make us think that's the only avenue we can go into and be successful. But speaking of that, man, playing football, how did that football background and that football foundation help you grow as a young man and as a man and some of the life lessons that it has taught you?
Absolutely. I live by a motto that I incorporated in my organization, man. Hard work plus discipline equals success, right? And that's what we learn in football. You being a former football player, you know that. Those of us who work hard, right, and remain disciplined, those are usually your successful players. You got to remain disciplined, meaning that, when you're in school, you got to go to school. You got to go to class, but you still got to work out if you got NFL dreams. So how dedicated are you? Are you going to wait until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or are you going to get up at 4 in the morning when everybody else sleep, out there in the stadium on the bleachers? Those are the guys that are typically successful. So I took what I learned playing football from Dr. Hunter over at Whitehaven was, man, you got to work hard. In every facet of your life, you got to work hard. If you don't have the dedication or the work ethic, nothing you do will be successful because you're just going to be throwing darts at the wall and see what happens, right? So I work hard and then I remain disciplined, man. I stay steadfast. You know what I mean? No matter what, I'm not going to change trajectory. I'm going to always invest in these kids. I'm going to always take care of my family at home. That's just my life. And because I live that way and I give honor to the Most High, I'm successful, man. I can't complain.
And you talk about the black man stuff, real black man, grown black man stuff, real grown, magically melanated man stuff. Now, you talked about your program. What is your program, bro?
So my program is Memphis NightTrain Elite Youth Basketball Organization. My partner, Frankie Ayers, and I founded this organization last year. And we founded it in honor of the late, great Dr. J.L. Perry, who happens to be my father. Now, everybody in this city is familiar with Dr. J.L. Perry. Coach at Southside High School, Longview, Sherwood, originally from Jackson, Tennessee. He's also a legendary basketball player in Jackson, Tennessee. At Southside High School, my dad had a unique approach. He went in the neighborhood in South Memphis and got guys who were out in the street, young kids, and they wasn't doing anything. And so he saw an opportunity to get them to come to school, and he used basketball to do it. He said, man, you look like you got a pretty good jump shot. One person that comes to mind, he'll love me mentioning him, is Frank Allen. And Frank Allen tells this story all the time.
Hell of a jump shot.
Yes, sir. Right?
Yeah.
Frank Allen loves, and he'll tell you this story. Frank Allen was hanging out in the neighborhood, drinking beer. He wasn't. And my dad had pulled up on Frank, saw him shooting the ball. Said, man, you ought to come in the gym. And Frank was like, shoot, I come hoop. And then he put these stipulations on it. But you got to go to school. Frank loved to hoop so much that he dealt with school. And look where it got him. He a Hall of Fame at Murray State. So all we doing at Memphis NightTrain Elite is continuing that we continuing that path for these young kids. So to play for my organization, got to maintain a C average in school, period. If you don't maintain a C average, you cannot play, but I don't send you on no vacation. Still got to come to practice. I'm going to work you. until you get it in your mind that you're going to do what you're supposed to do in school. And on game day, you got to sit on the bench. A lot of people say, damn, Jason, you torturing them. No, I'm not. It teaches a kid two things. One, if you sitting on that bench and your team losing, you could have contributed. But instead, you went to school and acted a fool. Now you can't help your brothers. And they need you. Or it show them, we out here winning. Bro, we don't need you. You are replaceable. So you need to get it together in here because all your life, when you get to high school, middle school, college, you ain't got the grades, you can't play. Point blank, period. So I'm starting them out in the 2nd grade. Now imagine how they gonna think when they get in the 7th grade. This is normal for me. What do you mean eligibility? It's normal. I've been doing this since I was in 3rd grade with Coach Perry. That's my mission, man. I'm getting them educated. I'm just using basketball. It's a trick.
And that's what I'm talking about. A lot of times, they don't have to be tricked, but they do have to be tricked. And the reason why I like it, man, because of course I play sports, but I know when you have sports and sports organizations, man, it's more important than just teaching them about sports, man. When you have your hands on our young black boys, because they need us, you know, how serious you take that job, man, as far as being a role model and trying to instill some of the fundamentals and the skills that they're going to need to maneuver through this world, a world that don't want to see us be successful, a world that's want to try to kill us and knock us down. So how important you take that role, man, because you got your hands on our young black boys who really need somebody to show them the way.
Absolutely. As my fraternity brother and as my brother, you're going to appreciate this. It's worth my life, dog.
Yeah.
I give my life to it. It's much bigger than basketball for me. And I think that's what is happening in Memphis. We getting away from it. It's about these kids. It's worth my life, dog. I go up in some of the worst neighborhoods in this city. One, because I grew up, I'm from this city, and I'm good in this city. So that's one thing. But I go in some of the worst neighborhoods to go get my kids, man. You can't stand out on the corner. You can't. These ain't my biological children, but you a part of my organization. You in my life. And once you in my life, you stuck with me. I walk up in their school, excuse me, see them in school acting up. Oh, no. Excuse me, Mr. Can I see him for a minute? I'm old school, man, and I got a green light with my kids, and my parents give me that green light. So if necessary, you know, we do what we got to do to get their mind right.
Put a little touchy on them. Put a little, I mean, don't say nothing to incriminate yourself.
Right.
Sometimes you got to put a little touchy on them.
Give them a little enthusiasm.
You give them a little enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, don't be lukewarm with it, though.
Don't
you know what
be
I'm saying?
lukewarm at all.
But go ahead, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
And so it is worth my life, meaning that I'll die for my kids, man. I'll stand up in front of the hardest gang member, however many gang members, in front of the hardest neighborhood to save my kids' life. It ain't about basketball. And a lot of my kids can't dribble the basketball. Some of my kids I'm bringing up through the organization, they just started playing this year. I die for them the same way. You know, it's not about this $20 trophy for me. I don't care nothing about that. I care about these kids and their success. So when they come sit down on Doc Holliday show, when they in the NBA or they in the NFL or wherever they are, and Doc say, man, who is an influential person? Man, you know something? Coach Perry showed me he cared when I was in the 3rd grade, man. My dad wasn't at home. I was in school cutting up. I walked in class one day. Coach Perry was sitting in the back of my class. I ain't his kid, but he was sitting in there. That's important to me, man. You know what I mean? Seeing these kids grow is important to me. And my founder, Frankie Ayers, like, to my co-founder, to have a partnership with somebody, man, who has similar ideas and like attainments, you know how that feels.
Yeah.
And so me and him are like we the yin and the yang, dog.
Yeah.
Like it's just, we understand the mission and we understand these kids love to play basketball. So we have reversed what other programs are doing. Other programs will come to you and say, hey, Doc, bring your son over here, man. We a championship winning program. We doing this, we doing that. You know, we out here, they'll tell you all these accolades on the basketball court. You talk to my parents and come over here, what I tell them is we offer free tutoring for our kids. In this program, I have level 5 teachers from all over the city that come in on one Saturday a month and meet with all my kids. I tell you about the shoe program that we got, where I got coaches that bring in shoes, brand new shoes, gently used shoes. For kids who come to my program that's running shoes, we give them shoes, basketball shoes. And I know dollar store shoes. These kids, you come look at my kid, these kids got on Kyrie Irving, LeBron. We giving back to our kids. We're making the kids want to be successful in school and in their neighborhoods so that they can play basketball. It's different, dog. We different. We different in Memphis NightTrain Elite.
And well, it's a couple of reasons I wanted, you wanted to come on the show. Yeah, you come on the show, bro. Because first of all, we need positive images of black men because we get crushed. You know what I'm saying? And the world doesn't see black men like yourself, me, a lot of them, Cassius McGowan, who are family men, who are active in their community, who has not given up on their communities or their kids, you know, because we know how important we are. We know how important all of us need us. So you are the epitome of what this show is about. Strong black men doing things, man, trying to raise and help our community because we need one another. Now, going back to your upbringing, single parent household, your mom.
Sir.
Said you develop a relationship with your dad later on, which was good. But talk about how you maneuvered through being from a single parent household, because both of us from Whitehaven. You went to Whitehaven, I went to Farrell, the same community, and still the same kind of ignorant stuff going on. You can get in a whole bunch of trouble.
Whole bunch.
You know what I'm saying? So talk about that upbringing, man, and how did you stay out of trouble and the kind of temptations you had to deal with as a young black boy, man, in inner city Memphis, because that's inner city Memphis.
Whew, where do we start, Doc? I mean, well, one, the easiest answer to the question of how I stayed away from you. You ever met my mama?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Hey, Cheryl Perry is from South Memphis, man. I was Swift Street, graduated from Carver. She don't play no games, so I ain't have a choice, one. But two, man, my mom raised me to be a thinking man and to stand on my own. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, you know what I mean, right behind you, you know, we was a part of that generation that had gangs come in that when they came into Memphis, it wasn't an option. We gonna beat you up and you gonna be in this gang. So I fought a lot.
Yeah.
I fought a whole lot because I wasn't gonna join no gang. I knocked a lot of gang members out.
Yeah.
Like it just was, it is what it is. I got beat up a lot too because of that. You know what I mean? But it just, my mom taught me, man, a man stands on his own. If I need a group of people, I'm not a man. I'm a fan. And she taught me that. You know what I mean? So all the negativity coming up in Whitehaven, the gangs, the drugs, when my mom got to her wit's end, I was in high school and I had got into the streets a whole lot. You know what I mean? Hanging out, kind of being disobedient. And my mom went to a man who I cherish to this day. I love this man like he's my father. And it's Dr. Vincent Hunter.
Yeah, Dr. Hunter, salute, bro.
Yes, sir. Salute, Doc. Like, I love you. You know what I mean? People don't realize what Dr. Hunter meant to our community, bro. You know, Dr. Hunter, I didn't play football at the time. So Dr. Hunter had no reason to invest anything in me, like nothing. My mom just came to him and said, I'm at my end. I don't know what to do. I have this boy, and I just feel like I'm going to lose him. I feel like he going to die by the time he 18. He wilding. Dr. Hunter walked up on me in the hallway at Whitehaven cafeteria. He said, man, your name Jason Perry? I was looking at the man. Like, man, who is this? Like, yeah. Like, man, I need to see you. Man, took me to his class. I don't know who this dude is. I don't even, at this time, I really don't even realize he a teacher at Whitehaven. Yeah. Because if you know Dr. Hunter, he dressed neat Looney. He used to wear these Looney Tune jeans.
Hey, because he worked in Sammy's, man, in the Southland Mall, bro. And he worked in Sammy's.
And he have on that Sammy's finest in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he walked up on me and he brought me in his classroom and he had a strongly worded conversation with me and didn't give me an option to be the man that I was going to be. He only gave me an option to be the man that I am today. And he held true to that. I was in the, I come from corporal punishment, so don't nobody send nothing about Dr. Hunter. Back in his day, corporal punishment was legal. I used to be in the locker room getting wood with the football players. I ain't play football. But my grades were important to him, just like his football team. And so I went through the same things, and it actually made me want to play for him. And that's what drove me to football at Whitehaven, man. And that him between Dr. Hunter and my mother, that saved me from the streets. And so that's why I have to be the man that I am. I got to go to these kids that I don't know. We come from the streets. If we done got old and we sitting back saying, man, ain't something wrong with these kids. Who gonna come back and change it? They ain't gonna listen to nobody but us. Cause we the ones who we walked the streets they walked. We survived the streets that they in. And we navigated some of the bad choices that they're going to make. And we made it through. So we got what they call street credibility. If it ain't people like me and you reaching back and trying to get them, Memphis is doomed. Cause clearly our leadership ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah. Right? It's up to us. We got to do it. And so, man, that's my staple. I'm standing out here doing it every day.
And doing that thing and putting in that work, man, because Dr. Vincent Hunter, another strong, magically melanated black man, because there's a lot of them in our community, man. We just don't, the media don't want to give them to them. But you know what the Doc Holliday show going to do?
We giving them their flowers.
We're going to give them their flowers. What else we going to do, Cass?
We gonna force feed.
We're gonna force feed this. We're gonna force feed this black excellence down your throat, man.
Yes,
because
sir.
you got black men and black women doing great things, and you're one of those. black men that's doing great things, man, and your wife, black, power couples, you know what I'm saying, doing some great things.
Yes.
But Dr. Hunter being that influence in your life and helping you maneuver you to the right way, and then you finally getting a relationship with your dad, man. How was that? Because if you didn't have one, really, how did that relationship strengthen, bro?
So it would take my stepmom, Janice Perry, to tell you how difficult it was, right? I first moved down there with my dad in the 9th grade. I was in the 9th grade. I moved down there with him for a semester. I went to Jackson Central Mary High School, and my daddy wanted me to have rules. But you ain't been there to get no rules.
Yeah.
So I don't have a whole lot of respect for the rules. But then he's strong.
Yeah.
And he had to show me how strong he was. And he the brother.
That grown man strength.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he the brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had to show me how strong it was, but it was turbulent. And like after that, first I know I put my stepmom through a lot, you know what I mean? Because my stepmom didn't have kids. And so here I come, I'm barely going to school, cutting school, you know what I mean? I remember I got a 10 in biology. 10, dog. I was in the 9th grade.
Not a 10 as in a pretty girl.
Nah.
A 10 like a grade.
A grade.
Oh, God.
That was my report card.
Yeah.
10. You know what I mean? But I hadn't been to the class but about 3 times. You know what I mean? And so when my dad sat down and talked to me, he was like, man, you're going to be a dummy. And I don't want you around me. I don't want no dummies around me. And that was my dad was just tough. He didn't know how to, man, what's wrong? Something wrong. Clearly something wrong because you went from being this straight, A, B's, and C's in Memphis. And you come here, man, you making D's and F's. What's wrong? He didn't do that. And so then I ended up coming back to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? And I came back to Memphis with my mom. And, my mama got me back on the straight and narrow with Dr. Hunter. And then the opportunity for me to play college ball presents itself. And so all my life I had been saying, I want to go to Tennessee. I want to go play for the Vols. I go down there on a visit. Everything's great. And I get a phone call from my dad. And I guess he didn't talk to my stepmom. And so my dad gives me an opportunity to say, man, listen, I know it ain't Tennessee. Come down to Lane College. Come to school for free. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm the athletic director. Just some time for me and you to spend with each other. The little boy in me jumped out. You know what I mean? And I was like, cool.
Been longing for that.
Been longing for that.
Yeah.
Like, bed pops, let's do it. And so when I went down there, man, he gave me a car. You know what I mean? Took me in and really gave me some foundation where I really started to see and I started to learn from other people. And this dude, he's a good person. He's just a good person. Made some mistakes in life. Who hasn't, right? He's a good person. And once I learned that, we started building. And then I started trying to play as the frat. And then, I crossed the frat. And then our relationship just blossomed to a point where one day, before he passed, probably about maybe 3 or 4 months before he passed. No, it was 3 months before he passed the last time I talked to him. Me and my dad had an honest conversation about his relationship with my mom, everything, conversation I never disclosed. Me and him died with that conversation. Mm-hmm. That was the day that I fell in love with my dad.
Yeah.
Because as a man, when he explained to me what it was and what he was and who he was, I couldn't do nothing but respect it. I appreciate him for giving me that. And so, you know what I mean? That strengthened our relationship. And when he passed, man, it hurt because I was like, man, we missed so much time. You know what I mean? Like, it was so much other stuff. You know what I mean? And like the stuff that's going on in Memphis right now with youth basketball, I want to call him. Like, I want to call him and just talk to him like, Pop, guide me through this because it don't make sense. And so, because he's not here, I lean on you. I lean on my brother Jarvis Stevens. You know what I mean? Jarvis J-Rock has been extremely helpful through this process and me navigating because, as I stated, I played football. Yeah. Basketball is my son's sport. And I coach it because my son was put in a box when we were in Dallas because he was so big. And I had guys saying, stand under the basket, hold your hands up. And that's how my son learned how to play basketball. He wasn't growing. And so I had to step in because I know as you get older, you ain't going to be able to stand out there with your hands up, asking for no ball. That ain't how it go. And so that made me step in and coach, you know what I mean? But just different things I wish I could call him and talk to him about today.
Now, you're talking about the state of youth basketball because you got your program. And your dad, building on that foundation and what he started and then instilled in you and what you already have in you, because it's a program. Y'all not just do basketball. Y'all life lessons.
Yes, sir.
Got to show you how to be a strong black man out here because you're going to have issues and challenges. You got to know how to maneuver. Now, I'm one of them dudes, but I'm a football guy. Now, I played basketball was actually my first sport. Thomas B. Davis, why I'm saying, hooping them
Absolutely.
joints.
Yes.
You little short-ass shorts and my uniform, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I played a little AAU basketball, but my body grew into football, so I kind of left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
But AAU, I mean, now, bro, I don't really like the state of AAU basketball because it's I don't think it's doing any majority. I ain't gonna say the majority. A lot of them are not doing our kids any justice. So I know you have some things that you don't like the state, because I'm pretty sure what you're saying about Memphis basketball and how some of these AAU programs are handling themselves around the world, because people watching around the world, especially here in America, I'm pretty sure they're having some of those same kind of issues. So what are those kind of issues that you see in the state of our programs when we plan in this circuit, when we leave here and go out to other places, bro?
Man, Doc, that's a loaded question, but I'm gonna unload for you. You know what I mean?
Unload.
You know what I'm saying? It's really sad, man. Like, the state of basketball, and I'm not gonna even talk about the world, because I don't care about the world. I care about the city that I'm from, right? I care about where I am and the kids that are here, because these are the most important kids to me. We got a whole bunch of coaches and program directors that's chasing trophies, man. Trophies that they didn't win as kids. I'm going to go and say it, because that's what it is. It has to be, because there is no reason for us to do the type of things that we do to each other for a $20 trophy. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. This past weekend, I was at the Coach T Classic, right? And you had one of my good friends on here, Tim Barr. And I have so much respect for Tim Barr, because I have learned a lot. When I came back home, I watched Tim Barr, because Tim Barr has this successful Wildcats Elite program, and I respect that man. And people used to call that man crazy. They used to say, "Hey, Tim, crazy." But every time I saw him, whenever he would go hard, he was always going hard for the kids. Like, he would never know, I'm the coach, he was always going hard for the kids. So in St. Louis this weekend, we playing against, several different teams from all over.
Oh, you say this weekend because it's going to air. What's the date today? What's the date, bro? March. Get a date. Today
the date.
20.
So we were at the Coach T Classic, March 18th through the 20th.
There you go. Okay.
All right?
Because it's going to live forever on
Yes,
YouTube.
sir.
So
Yes, sir. March 18th through the 20th, 2022.
Okay.
We down at the Coach T Classic, Memphis NightTrain Elite. Play a couple teams from other locations. We lose to one team, beat the other team, and then we come to a team from Memphis, right? I ain't going to even call their name, because I ain't going to give them no clout on your show, because I don't appreciate it. But we come to a team from our city.
So two Memphis teams about to play each other.
Two Memphis teams about to play each other.
Oh, right? So y'all clicking up. Now y'all tight.
We tight.
Okay, right?
Should be.
Oh, should be. Oh, shit, my bad.
But this is how I feel about people who tight. Like, if I'm tight with you, I ain't going to never do nothing to hurt you or anything affiliated with you. I ain't going to never violate your trust or cheat you in any kind of way. This team has a 3rd and 4th grade team down there, just like I got a 3rd and 4th grade team down there, right? Now, they 3rd and 4th grade team, I'm sorry, they're not as good as mine. And that's okay, right? Because we all developing kids. Everybody not going to have a superstar team or none of that. And my team I've had since they were in kindergarten. They've been playing 2nd grade ball since they were in kindergarten. And we used to get out here bashed in.
Yeah.
So my boys have earned where they are. And we don't cheat the process. You tell me it's 10U, we playing 10U. I ain't got an 11-year-old on the court. 10U.
Your son out there, who was doing?
My son out there. Now people, they check his birth certificate everywhere we go.
Yeah, because he'll thick dude. Because you used to be a big old dude.
I used to be a big dude,
That's another
right?
conversation, though, yeah.
But he ain't but 9.
Well.
So we come out, and all of a sudden, this team bring all these 5th graders. And I know they in the 5th grade because I'm in the city with you for one. I know these kids. And one of them, the coach's son. So I know these kids, right? 2, my wife used to work at Shelby County School. I know a lot of these kids in the city. You see what I'm saying? So I'm looking and I'm like, man, why all these talk? This ain't who was they playing yesterday. But it's all good. I could go and protest, and I could blow y'all whole spot up, because I know how old all them kids are, and I know them by name. But I ain't going to do that because you from the M. Yeah. Like I'm from the M. I'm just going to lace up and play. And my boys lace up and play. Now, they barely beat my boy. They beat them by 10, 49-39. But these 5th and 6th graders playing against 3rd and 4th graders. Your 3rd and 4th grade team sitting on the bench watching these older kids play. We out of town, bro. Why it can't be Memphis versus everybody? If your 4th grade squad is not as good as mine, cool. Let me have that division. You go win the 5th and 6th grade division. Then we had my boy Coach T out at P7 Sports. They won the 6th grade division. So why, as a city, we couldn't come back from St. Louis, man? Look at this hardware. Look at what we doing. Nah, we gonna cheat each other. So because you cheated me, what happened to you is the next day you had bracket play. And your fifth graders had a game at the same time your third and fourth graders did. So you had to put your real third and fourth grade squad out there. They barely scored 14 points. Now, as the director of the organization, if I look at my kids and one night y'all score 49, the next night y'all score 14, I'm calling my coach. You got to tell me what happened. Mm-hmm. You got to tell me what happened because that competition couldn't have been that thick. A 35-point drop-off?
Yeah.
In one day? That ain't what happened. You had to play your real kids. They barely scored 14. Then also, you hurt your fifth and sixth grader because you thought it was going to be an easy game against me, and it wasn't. So they tied the next day. They lose. So all us end up at Lambert's eating together on Championship Sunday for a trophy, bro. Like, it's so sad in Memphis, and it's been like, Doc, you'll appreciate this. Back in the day, man, growing up, and I hope I ain't taking too much of y'all time.
No, you good. Go ahead, bro.
Back in the day, growing up, dog, y'all remember the music scene in Memphis, right? And I'm talking about the real music scene in Memphis. I'm talking about DJ Paul, DJ Squeaky, Skinny Pimp, Player Fly, Tommy Wright III, 8-Ball MJG. We had artists in Memphis that was putting out platinum-level music every single week. But these young men spent so much time trying to keep each other off the radio in Memphis that they let a whole nother state and city come in, take a sound that we created, take it back to Atlanta, and call it crunk. When everybody knows in Atlanta, in those days, you had the 69 boy twit, they were shaking their booty. Like, we know what they were doing, right? But because we were so ignorant down here and fighting amongst each other, we let them come in and take our sound. Now, Memphis just getting popular with Gotti and Dolph. Bro, Memphis music been what Gotti and Dolph doing, they got from Paul. Yeah. They got from Ball and G. That's where that comes from. Mm-hmm. All this lingo that they doing came from those guys. The difference is Atlanta put them on. They went down to Atlanta, messed with some of those guys, and put our sound out. Mm-hmm. Now, can anybody imagine what would have happened had DJ Paul and DJ Squeaky got together? Can anybody imagine what would have happened if all them guys came together and did one album back in the early 90s? Where would the state of Memphis music be today?
I mean, it's the same way now. We talk about music. See, if them cats come together, because they're at the top, even with Bag and Yo, you got to throw Bag in there too.
Got to throw Bag in there. You know what I'm saying? Now, imagine what would happen if all of us come together, right? So imagine what would happen in the state of youth basketball. You got a lot of high school kids in Memphis, bro, that's talented. A lot of middle school kids talented. Do y'all know where they play AAU basketball? Mm-mm. All out the city. They playing for somebody else. Yeah. All outside the city. They trapping. You know why? Because they done figured out we chasing $20 trophies. We do not have their best interest at heart. We're not trying to get them maximum exposure. We're trying to get exposure for ourselves. I want to help all the tournament directors in the city, all the coaches in the city. I'm going to tell y'all now because I don't know if nobody else told you. So let me tell you. The NCAA not giving you a job for coaching AAU basketball in the third grade. They not coming. The NBA not coming. You're not going to get a job coaching AAU basketball in this city. You're not. So now that we can remove that, line them kids up, man. Let them play. Because, Doc, I'm going to tell you, my conversation with my boys was easy. Man, it was real easy, Doc. This is the difference between me and every other director in this city. I don't care who it is. I don't care who see it. They can challenge me on any day. The only somebody who might stand a chance against me when I make this statement is Tim Bar. And that's a fact. Everybody else. I don't care who it is. If I stepped on your toes, I'm sorry. Yeah. He the only somebody who can stand on this and say this. After I talked to my boy, easy, man, y'all plays in 5th and 6th graders. Look how hard y'all played. You know, I know it sucks. We ain't going to be playing on Championship Sunday, man, but this is the respect level that people have for us. They cannot bring regular 10U to come play y'all. Mm-hmm. They got to go get them old kids because y'all done put the work in. So my boy's spirits lift. Man, you know what hurt my heart? Looking across the court at them 3rd and 4th graders. They didn't play. Yeah, dog. How you think they felt? And then when they woke up the next morning and could only score 14 points and got beat, how bad did they feel then? Because we said two things to them on that day. Their coach said on the day that they played us, y'all not good enough to beat them. Y'all not good enough to be on the court with them. So y'all just sit over here, we're going to let the older kids do. Then the next day, a team beat them, and now they dealing with the emotion themselves. Man, maybe we not good enough. Because this team that we lost to, Memphis NightTrain Elite, 50 times better than them. So if this team came out here and beat us 29-14, Memphis NightTrain Elite probably would have beat us 70-14. That's how them kids feel. I don't care about how their coaches feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't care anything about that. It's the kids, man. Not to mention the fact 3 kids from that program that already left and came to mind after the last tournament that we played for that very reason. Bro, I ain't out here trying to steal no kids from nobody. I don't recruit people kids. I done had people trying to recruit my kids. I don't do any of that. I don't come out here, man, you play with me this week and play over here. I don't do that. I rock with my boys. I don't need your star-studded team. To me, if I got to have 11 all-stars, I ain't a good coach. They just out there hooping. I have to stand up and coach my kids. Me and my kids got a relationship. Me and my kids feed off each other. When coach get hyped, they get hyped. You know what I mean? When I was in Nashville last year, I caught a cramp in my body, man. My boys was winning a game by 30 points, and I laid out on the floor. I couldn't move. My whole body locked up. I was dehydrated. My kids quit playing, bro. They winning, but they saw they coach down. They couldn't function. I had to get some Gatorade, a banana, and get up. Because if I didn't, they was finna lose, man. Yeah. They were concerned about their coach. They all on the court looking up in the stands at the top. Mama, coach, okay? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the relationship I want with my boys. I don't want my boys looking at me. Man, coach had to go get them. All right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of directors in this city, a lot of coaches in this city, that's what they do, man. Why? For $20, man, if y'all want $20 trophies, they listen. You know what I'm saying? I have a good job. My wife has a good job. I will go and purchase trophies for all of y'all. And I get them customized. You know, I put your logo on the top, MVP, most valuable car. I go get you a coach's plaque. I go get y'all all, and y'all can have it. When it come time to line up on game day, line your 10U up against my 10U. No 11-year-olds. 11U, 12, whatever, line them up. And man, if you outcoach me and you beat me, I'm going to walk to the middle of the court and shake your hand. Yeah. So are my kids. That's what we going to do. But I don't have no respect for you when you bringing these old kids out here, not just against me, man, against anybody. I watch it all the time. I see this all the time. I go to gyms and see it all the time. It's pathetic, man. And then we do it to each other out of town. Our reputation out of town in AAU from Memphis is y'all fight and y'all cheat. Bro, when I started this organization, I called Under Armour, Nike. My daddy got a partner work at Nike. Man, you know what them folks told me? You say you were? We ain't fooling with you, man. Until you get them corporate sponsors, like P7, man, you talking about being a Joe Blow with an organization, you trying to do the man, them folks not messing with us. So what I'm doing with my program, man, is I'm traveling. And everywhere you see me, you see the same kids that you've been seeing. They ain't changed. They're the same ones. And we going out, and I had people in St. Louis calling me, man. I got emails right now. Hey, man, coach, y'all a world-class organization. Coach, the way them boys how they walked in the gym in a straight line, man, everybody sitting down, everybody stretching, they ain't loud, running all over. Coach, y'all look good. Coach, how you get them like that? I lead by example. I don't cheat them. I ain't going to get no more kids, man. You can't bring a kid to me today. I got a tournament in Atlanta in a couple weeks. Man, you can't bring no kid to me and say, hey, man, this top kid, man, you ought to take him to Atlanta. Oh, man, he had to kiss the next one. He need to come practice. I don't care nothing about that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wish that all of us can get back to, I ain't telling everybody to shut down your organization, send your kids to me. No, that ain't what I'm saying. I want everybody to have their organization. I want everybody's organization to thrive. I want all our kids to be great. But let's do it right, bro. Let's do it right. If the kid 10 and he ain't that good, man, develop him. If you can't, take him to somebody who can. I played football, bro. There ain't no way you gonna tell me that I can develop kids that ain't never played basketball and you can't. I used to hoop in the street. I'm a football player. But I can read. I'm gonna learn it, and I'm gonna teach it. Ain't that what this supposed to be about?
And that's my thing, bro, because, you know, it's you got a lot of coaches, man, period, but cats who ain't never balled. And even if they did ball, they wasn't that good. So they thinking about themselves and ego, and it's all about them. But my whole point is what pisses me off. That pisses me off too. But my whole thing is the example that you're setting for other these young black boys. They watching you, man. You tell them to cut corners. You tell them to cheat. You tell them to not be honest. You tell them you showing them not to have no integrity. So I wouldn't want my kids to have nothing to do with that. And that's my problem with that stuff that's going on. Because as a black man, bro, we already got to work 1,000 times harder than everybody else.
And we can't cheat the process.
And we can't cheat the process because the process is designed to cheat us.
You know what I mean?
So they're like, you trying to cheat a process that's designed? I'm already cheating y'all anyway? It ain't going to happen, bro. So we can't show our kids that. So that's why I'm glad you putting it out there because somebody need to hear and somebody need to listen. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm glad you said it because I was thinking about even when he brought the big boys to play against y'all, bro. What you think that's doing to the young boys that you saying that's not playing? Man, that would emotionally damage them, dog.
I'm not good enough. You told it like this. How I think, dog. Like this is the way I think when it comes to our youth. I don't know what they going through at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? In the world that we live in today, you know, you got 10-year-olds that's responsible for providing for the house.
Yeah.
That's tough. What if I got a kid in my organization who is told every day at home, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Your grades ain't good enough. The way you clean room ain't good enough. Nothing is good enough. And then a coach sit them on the bench and bring kids older than them to play in a game that they know they supposed to be playing in. You just told that kid, again, you like the sixth person. You're not good enough. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Folk, people can look at this, man, they can say, man, Jason be cheating, whatever. Bet. Put your money where your mouth is if you think Jason cheating. And I'll bring you all of my birth certificates because I travel with them. I bring you all my birth certificates, all my kids' report cards, and then let you sit there with that egg on your face. I got a kid that play on my third grade team. He in the fourth grade. He's in the fourth grade. The reason he plays on my third grade team is because the reason he's in the fourth grade is because he tested out of Head Start and never went to kindergarten. He's younger than my son. Now, I could just tell people his age and not say nothing. When I go to tournaments and we only playing 2031, know what I tell the tournament directors? Hey, this kid right here, his last name is Anderson. He is in the fourth grade, legitimately, fourth grader. But he's in the fourth grade because he tested out of Head Start. Here's his birth certificate. His birthday is September 25th, 2012. He's 9 years old. Tournament director, oh, coach, you good. You good, coach. I'm up front like that. That's what I do when I travel. You know what I'm saying? When I travel and I look at the rule, coast to coast prep, they rules are awful. Because a kid can be 12 years old and play second grade basketball. First of all, if your child 12 is still in the second grade, y'all shouldn't be playing no sports.
Facts.
Sports are not what he should be doing. You know what I mean? So when we travel to those tournaments, I put my kids in the age group where it's 10 years old. Because I know when I get in that age group, they going to be 10. They ain't going to be 8 through 10. They going to be 10 years old. Even though I got 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and 10-year-olds on my team. The majority of my team, 8 and 9. I just work with my kids. You believe they're older than they are, and that's what you should think when you see them, because I work with them. Me, Frankie, Terrell, we work with them. We drilling them every day. They got practice tonight. We working with our babies. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they look like that. And the fact that you got to go and get a 5th and 6th grade team to beat them, I'm talking about, bro, we had determined kids stepping across half court launching 3. What 3rd and 4th grader you seen shoot the ball like that? Now, my son shoot the cover off the ball. He can't shoot it from back there. You know what I mean? At some point, we as coaches and directors got to stand on something. If you're a director of an organization and you got coaches doing this, bro, you a part of the problem. I know everything going on in my organization. Frankie know everything going on in our organization. We get a call about a coach cutting up, that coach got to move. You got to move on. We ain't, because that's not our brand. When people see us, we enthusiastic with our kids. We uplifting our kids. We ain't turning them down, ever. We don't turn them down. We build them up. We building bridges, dog. That's what we doing. And we building the bridge and showing these kids how to get across it. And if you out here letting kids cheat to win, it is a sad parent and a coach that'll stand up and hold a trophy up, bro. A 3rd and 4th grade trophy knowing everybody standing on the court in the 5th and 6th grade. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I say you should be smacked.
Definitely.
Or wrecked. Or a little bit of both.
Introduce your feet to the heavens. You know what I mean? But why? That's my question for all of them. Man, bro, let's sit down and have some cocktails and appetite. Why, bro? Why do y'all feel the need to do that? Because I don't. I don't feel the need to do that. I can take my lumps, man. If you beat me, you beat me. You beat me, you beat me. But the one thing that I feel about my boys, and I'm cocky enough to say it on the radio, on TV, or wherever, You can't line up a 10U team in this city, legit 10U, and thrash my boys. I ain't gonna say you can't beat us because anybody can be beat, but you ain't gonna come out there and hang no 40-50 on them. It's gonna be a dogfight if you line up 10U. Now you bring them 2, 3, 11-year-olds that's all behind their back, throwing pass behind their back, around their head. Yeah, you probably gonna shellac us. Cause we ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? But you can't line up no legit 10U team. And for sure, I will say this on everything. 9U, ain't nobody in the city want to see a picture of me. Point blank period. Point blank period. I sit every one of my 4th graders and you go 9U, I beat every team in this city by 30. Easy. Easy. Now that's a fact. You want to try me? Bring your birth certificates to any gym. Let's line them up and see what happens.
Oh, what I'm talking about, bro. Just like that.
Just like that.
I mean,
but this other stuff, man, that we doing, cut it out. And one more thing I want to say, though. I got to say this.
Yeah, go ahead, Q.
Memphis versus everybody, bro. Stop going out of town and cheating each other, man. Hey, listen. If your 3rd and 4th grade team not as good as mine and you know I got a good opportunity to go down here and win this championship, bro, let's collaborate like Paul and Squeaky should have did back in the day. Hey, man, listen, I got 3 or 4 kids, bro. They real tough, and I think they'll go with you. I think they'll go hard with you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the same thing. My Coach Terrell got a 5th grade team. Everybody on that team is not where we want them to be, but it's a couple of them that start studying. Bro, we going to do the same thing, man, bro. We got a couple 5th graders, man, that might can help put y'all over the top. That's how we should be traveling, bro. If you go on Facebook and watch Memphis NightTrain Elite Facebook page, when Reform Sports go out of town, when the War Eagles go out of town, when the Kings go out of town, when any of these organizations, P7, when any of these organizations, NBA, any of these organizations from Memphis go out of town, I personally get under all they posts. Bruh, bring the trophy back home with 4 strong arm emojis and 4 blowing smoke emojis. Memphis, man, I'm about the city, bruh. It ain't just about my organization. Tim Ball on his way to Dallas to play in the 10K. I wish I could go watch him play. I'd be there. Hit him up and ask him what's under that post. Bring it home, bro. That's how we roll, man. That's celebration, but I ain't no hater either, dog.
Yeah.
So that might be a difference too. Because I ain't got no hate in my heart for nobody. I want all us black young men, all us black brothers to be successful, man. And we can do it without cheating, bro. I got it. You got everywhere you got in football without sticking a steroid needle in your body. You feel me? And you endured that pain. Bro. You endured those injuries. See, I can relate. Folk don't know what it's like to play with a bruised sternum. Be out there hurt, no steroids. Can't cheat the process, bro. Let's just go play, man. Let's line up. Let's go play. Let's represent our city, man. And let's keep our kids in this city playing for coaches who care about them. And let's go on the road. Let's go kick Team LeBron tail. Let's go kick let's go beat up on these folks and make the basketball world come to Memphis, man. Come see us. Cause this way is it, man. You looking for the heat is here. Come see us. People feel like they ain't got to come see us. Why? Because our reputation is we ain't going to do nothing but cheat. Kid going to be out there on the court playing 17U. He 21 in college. That's tough.
You know what, bro? Everything you just said was powerful as a mother. Because you said, say that last part again. Just say that part. Come see
Memphis, man.
And that's going to do it for another great episode of the Doc Holliday Show, where we love to uplift black men, black woman, black teen, black child, black royalty, the magically melanated. Until next time, we out.
What you
I had to end it on
cooking
that.
for?
Oh my God.